practical tips. So I would like to start not saying that is the most exciting or the best panel.
By far.
Yeah. But for sure, for me, it's an honor to be here because the level of banking experience that is represented in this panel is really amazing. And instead of myself presenting each one of the panelists, I will invite just like brief introduction. Okay, please.
Okay.
Let's start with here.
My name is Carlos Estrela, in English, Carlos Estrela. Or Star. Star is probably better, but I work at CEMAH. I've been there for about 25 years. I'm the head of IT, or the CIO. I'm also the CISO. I shouldn't be, but I am, because it's a very small bank located in the Azores. I guess you already heard it. If not, it's time to visit. And basically, what I do is what a head of IT does. So I have also a role in the board of directors. I'm not an administrator in the term of the Portuguese administrators of a bank, but I contribute to the strategy of the bank itself. So it's basically this.
Thank you, Carlos. Please, Joel.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joel Graham. I'm with Conexus Credit Union in Saskatchewan, Canada, right in the heart of the prairies. So quite different than all things Porto. We're one of the ones in the midst of a merger. We find out tomorrow, and if that goes through, we'll be the largest credit union in Saskatchewan. I think back to number 6 in Canada, which is a place we used to be, but that's changing all the time. And I lead all things digital banking. So our applications, our web, our public website, and the transformation that's going on around that.
Robert.
Thank you. My name is Robert Power. I lead CGI's Services to Credit Union business in Canada. CGI is a very large company. We have 100,000 people, but in Canada, the team I lead is about 300 people focused exclusively on the Canadian credit union system. And we do work of one form or another with about 150 of the 200 credit unions in the market. And I think Dan provided a good overview of some of the exciting time that we have in the credit union space in Canada. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
So I have about 23, 24 years of experience in banking. The first 10 right here in Porto, in a Finibanco bank headquartered in Porto. And after that, about 15 years in Banco Montepio. From these 25 years or so, I have about 16 years of IT management experience. So this is it. Right now, I'm between challenges, as I used to say. I stepped down last year. I decided to step down last year. And right now, looking for the next challenge.
Yeah, great.
That's it.
Thank you all. So we are here to share, I think it's share the experience of everyone in being partners in both perspectives, the financial institutions and the providers. So we have for sure many experience to share, but I'd like to just to start the conversation, ask what do you think are the pillars to have this partnership between the providers and the financial institutions. And today I've heard two things that I think is important. Trust can be programmed, it must be earned, and during these 2 days, in the end, it's all about people. Just to start the conversation. Please, I don't know who wants to start.
I can probably start.
Yeah,
I would start by saying that it's very important for us as a bank to have partnerships, strong partnerships, somebody that can share its ideas and its visions about the market we are in, and at the same time, somebody that can develop our own ideas and our own visions of what we have in mind for our customer satisfaction, which at the end is what is really important. So I kind of see a partnership a little bit like somebody that at the end of the day will help you build your IKEA furniture instead of, you know, staying or sitting at the couch watching you do it. Or somebody that in the morning reads the news instead of probably, you know, discussing the news with you. So it's basically what we have a long partnership with ebankIT, and we couldn't probably move forward without this this partnership.
Thank you. Yeah, just in summary, I think you mentioned your like joint collaboration, joint innovation.
Yes.
I think that's some two key things. So, would like to pick up this topic?
I can go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've kind of jotted down 3 pillars that I think are quite relevant. Are you viewing the partnership as a relationship or as a contractual agreement? Obviously, the relationship part obviously stands a little bit stronger. Is this a short-term agreement or something long-term that you're going to really be actively building together? And then lastly, are you sharing in problem solving, which I think is quite similar to where you were going. I think we all got pretty lofty digital goals of where we want to take things. We are a certain size. We need our vendor relationships to really excel to hit where we're going.
Yeah, that's great.
I guess something that comes to mind for me is partnering. You know, we think quite a bit about partnering as a competency that we have to build in our organization. You know, the problems that we're trying to solve today, most organizations can only contribute a piece of the solution. So the companies that can do the best job at partnering, putting together a partner ecosystem, and that would include, you know, vendor partners, but also customers too. The people that can foster that partnership ecosystem are the ones that are going to be able to unlock the collective value that we all want to achieve. So I guess that's an opening comment I would make.
You know, it's like sometimes you feel like a little red fish swimming in a sea of sharks, you know, and sometimes you just need someone to pull up the sleeves and be with you in this journey. Okay, to be able to indeed to set up, to implement, to challenge, because we live in this wonderful and beautiful VUCA world, you know, and sometimes it's not easy when you're just your resources, your attention, your focus is drained by the day-to-day operations and day-to-day problems. What is left of it is dedicated to implement regulation frameworks or so. Yeah. So what is left to innovate? And you need to innovate desperately in this industry. So a partnership is like that. It's a long-term relationship. I agree with I believe it was Carlos that told that. It's a long-term relationship, and you need to be with someone that is able to take some risks with you. And it's always, as you were telling also, Maria José, a win-win relationship. It must be a win-win relationship.
Yeah, this is quite a challenge. Now I'm like in the side of a provider like Robert. It's like how we reach that level of win-win. Yeah. That's the point, because again, about the debating costs, but contracting costs against getting the value or achieving the value. Yeah. So, how do you think we can get that balance? I'll say.
Well, to align, I think you have to basically. I think it all comes down to conversation, to communication. You really need to settle probably some ground rules, just like in any other relationship, so that you have a clear focus on where you want to go, and you need that person to be, it's just like a normal partnership where you need the person to walk with you, alongside with you, and not walking in an opposite direction. Well, it's basically this. I think it all comes down to a straightforward conversation that you have to have with each other, frequently, in order also to understand what that provider can give you and what benefits you can take from there.
What's your view, Joel, on this?
I agree. I think it comes down to kind of the basics of any relationship, like how aligned are you in a vision of where you're going, why are you going there, and what's people's roles in getting there. I think that's really critical. And then what are the shared metrics that you're both working towards and are going to follow up on and make sure you're moving that way.
Yeah, but the key word there is really the transparency.
Yeah.
If you are able to share where you want to your milestones, where you want to get it to be able to collaborate and
how comfortable
work
are
on
you
it.
with that partner to really be transparent?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's the key word, the transparency also.
The personal relationships are very important at all levels. Like a working partnership, you need relationships at the executive level, at the working level, and everything in between. I mean, that's critical. And partnerships are not free. They require investment of time, commitment, travel, personal time together. Like all of those things are foundational to trust and understanding. You need to know your partners, what they see as valuable and what you see as valuable and what the intersection is. And you might not be partners on everything that you do, but you need to know where you can partner and build the relationships that you need to move that forward.
Yeah, it's really true. Yeah. I think, and side note, we all felt that during the COVID, we lost a bit of that. You mentioned direct contact, travel, and everything now is returning, because that makes a difference. Yeah. Yes, what do you think, Luis?
For sure, you must change the KPIs. It's a huge problem, as you were saying, because anyway, at the end of the day, these companies, all the companies that participate in this partnership thing must make money at the end of the day, okay? And you don't have the time sometimes to invest that money, the resources, in that long-term relationship, okay? You must make the money maybe in a month. You must finish that sale or the pre-sale or the presentation the next month. So this is a challenge to all of us. So this is the kind of thing that maybe I'm repeating myself, but it must be clear what I am about to win with this partnership. Am I going to learn something with this that I can invest anytime later? Am I going to be better, have another product, for example, with this new partnership? But definitely, the KPIs must be changed for sure with these kind of things. And yes, trust is the foundation and the pillar of all of this thing, for sure.
At all levels, I think I would like to reinforce what Robert said. Usually I said to my project manager that the project manager on the client side needs to be his new best friend now, because he needs to talk with him or her or she on a daily basis. So something needs to be built, that trust. That's really important. But we are talking about communication and trust, but there are some moments, so it's not all, but everything perfect. So how to handle when something is not working well? How do you deal with those situations also in a partnership?
Transparency, communication, that's the deal. You have to be quite honest with that. And you must prevent that moments also. Okay? If you are talking every day and if you are establishing every day what are your expectations, you are preventing those kind of moments for sure. Okay? So this is the thing that our professions are made of, that kind of controversy and discussion. This is part of the game. It's not and a
Problem in
normal thing.
production, system down, yeah.
Yes, that's it.
I
Oh,
think
you
you,
want all those days are not easy.
I think you have to
imagine.
address
Yeah.
the issues quite early
Yeah.
and try to focus more on having a solution than on the issue itself. Not that it's not important, because sometimes you need to understand the issue to be able to solve it in a quite a definite way. But it's very important to have that. And at the end of the day, you don't really want to win the argument. What you want to do is come out stronger at the other end.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yeah.
In the end, you don't want to say, this is the clause in the contract, yeah?
Yeah,
That's the
because
point,
there's
yeah.
no point in having an
think-
argument and trying just to win that argument when you should probably invest more time and effort in getting a solution for it.
I always like the line, heart of the problem, not on the people. Yeah. So honestly, addressing it right away, understanding where the other side's coming from, and then I like to treat it like a business case also. Like, what are the alternatives to how we move forward here, and which one's going to get us going fastest?
Yeah. Response time is
Yeah.
key.
I would say that you should enter into any partnership or any relationship assuming that things are going to go wrong at some point, right? So it's, I mean,
Not
that's
so.
the nature of life. Everything is falling apart
Yeah.
constantly, right? So, but if you have that trust and you do the homework when something does go wrong, it's an opportunity to pull together and get the value that you've created, you know, with the relationships and the trust and the mutual learning.
Yeah.
Maybe if everything goes well, you must ask what I'm doing wrong.
Probably something is going on. Yeah.
Maybe I'm missing something. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good. So also would like to go a little back of, you mentioned that you're not rely only on one partner. And you also, I think it was Dixie that mentioned that now you have many fintechs, many offers. You don't want to rely only in one partner, but also the effort to manage, to control all the partners probably should be huge on the financial institution side. How do you see that? Because in the old days it was usually one partner, yeah. But now
Yeah,
it's not
well,
like.
today you can have 3 wives. It's okay. Everybody will.
You are not a
everybody
Muslim, no,
will
are you?
accept that. No, but like you cannot have just one partnership,
Yeah.
because if things kind of fail, you will probably be in a situation quite uncomfortable. So it actually depends on, you know, a bank has multiple areas, and you should probably have one partner for each and try to diminish the risk.
And the dependency probably.
Yes.
Yeah, Sylvia?
I think it's actually quite complex. It's something we're dealing with in real time as we continue to add more and more third parties to our overarching system. But the thing that I think we're seeing success with is when we treat them all as individual products, and it's a long-term relationship, and we know there's going to be iterations and improvements as we go along, and having a person that's actually dedicated to that, not just the typical, hey, we're operationalizing it and then letting it run.
Yeah. Someone overseeing the whole process.
Yeah, you don't want to be in a situation where you're working with 150 vendors to get the lowest price on every line item, right? Like that, because there's a huge cost. Like regardless of what you pay for a service, there's a huge overhead of management cost.
Yes.
And you can't manage manage anybody properly unless you invest the time, and so you have to be very deliberate about selecting your partners, and they might not, on the spec sheet, they might not be perfect all the time, but if you have the trust and the flexibility, and you can see that you can work together and adapt together, you're probably better off than creating an oversized ecosystem of vendors that you have very little relationship with.
Yeah, and will take you a lot of time to control, I believe, and to manage.
Yes. Yeah.
No, it's a very good question. I think my partners here already talked about it, but I think the thing here is how to scale. I don't know the correct size of an ecosystem, for sure. But it's not one of each, okay, because the operational risk of it. But probably we must implement some common rules, common grounds, like I said, the platform, to expose ourselves and to be able to have more partners, more enterprises in this ecosystem, because I believe that if you have more ideas, that's the way you may innovate more, scale innovation more, and be able to do it better in this way. Okay, but yeah, common rules, the platform, and to be able to scale those partnerships for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting, and because I've seen both models, like the financial institution dealing with all those small partnerships, or handling the debt management to a specific partner.
Yeah.
It's different. I think it's all about also the size of the organization that you have.
And sometimes you don't really have a choice. So depending on depending on your core system, like if you have a core banking system from a supplier, you probably have to have a partnership with that supplier.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, in terms, I don't know if you want to share like a specific example of a good partnership that you have in your organizations that you like, or some stories that you like to share with here the audience.
I have one, indeed, with you guys
don't
from
remember.
trust factor security side. Indeed, we implemented a couple of years ago the first platform we name it Aprova. It's another app to authorize and authenticate customers, the bank customers. And we had a lot of phishing at that time. And the partnership in that time was to implement something new. We don't have the requirements, the correct requirements. We don't have the idea, the fixed idea, what we should achieve with that solution. We had only one goal, is to protect better, to secure better our customers. So we implemented this. It was a one-year project for sure, 6 months to have the first release. And as always, they pull up their sleeves and implemented with the bank, alongside the bank, and alongside various discussions for sure. That it was a pretty good partnership for that time. Yeah.
Yeah, good. They would like to hear that. They are here in the audience. Yeah. So you mentioned several times aligning goals and expectations. So is there like a process? Is something that starts also when you start doing your budget for the year? This like defining goals and expectations, and then share with your providers. How does it work for you?
Well, we all have limited budgets, unfortunately.
Okay.
So it's something that we have to discuss with the partner, because sometimes we would like to go to something probably a little bit more costly, and but sometimes it's not possible. So you have to kind of align those expectations. And again, it's a matter of conversation, because sometimes they can come up with saying, okay, we cannot provide you this for that price, but they probably have another solution that will address the issue that you have to address. So
I don't think this is negotiation 101, but like I like to be pretty transparent with what we're at, what we can do, and then this is still the target that we're working towards.
Yeah.
So what can we collaborate on to how we reach that?
Yeah,
exactly.
Those goals are more like we like to innovate. We need to do this with this milestone. What's more of a bit about the process itself? How does it work?
I think we've covered it. I mean, it's really about good communication, understanding the other's objectives and their motivations, and being flexible. Understanding that things change for both
Around the
partners,
world.
right? They're learning, they're changing, they're adapting to the environment. That's an asset. If your partner is adapting, it's because they see that the opportunities are changing. And if you have good communication, that can be an asset to you. It might be, you know, so it's got to be a collaborative thing. I think one of the biggest values of partners is the information that they bring you. Like in life, your friends and your family bring you information that help you navigate your life. Your partners at work help you navigate the challenges that you have. So I think it's just that open dialogue and always being willing to adapt as time goes on.
No. I think if they are really partners, they know you probably better than you do. Okay,
Yes.
so they know your constraints, they know the risks, and they know that they have to do that job with you in that box. You have that kind of constraints, money, time, whatever, people.
Okay.
So if they know that, let's go in the journey with that constraints. It's not a problem at all. It's another challenge in the equation. So I don't see it as a problem. And probably very good solutions came up with that context or within that context also. So.
Yeah, and you mentioned it's not written in stone what you agree in the first. So it's always constantly moving outside targets and adapting, flexibility. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
agility.
sometimes you have to have a brainstorm almost, because otherwise you have a problem, you don't have the budget, you need to fix that,
Yes.
and but with the brainstorm, sometimes some new ideas come
Solutions.
out, and you provide a solution for
Creativity
your...
is also a good
Yes, and we're good at,
something that we need
and
to
we're
have.
very good at that. Portugal is excellent
Yeah,
in that
skill.
matter, so
it's true. It's
we
true.
fix everything.
There is always a solution.
You just need to tell us what the problem
Usually.
is, and we'll fix it.
Joel, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, I think you touched on it. One thing that I always like to try to keep in mind is any problem that we here as a mid-sized credit union is facing, the vendors and partners that we work with have probably seen that problem 100 times over, and just leaning on them for, hey, what's worked with some other customers that you've done, and making sure you're pulling as much information as you can. The other thing that I think a little bit about is like, how can we be a great partner to you? It's not like as the client, sometimes you're demanding and demanding and demanding, but what can we do to be a great partner back for you so that when you are out there, you enjoy working with Conexus?
Yeah.
Well, yes. So I could add on that as in my role. I mean, I'm kind of a customer and a vendor as well. But when we're working with our customers, what is very valuable to us is we don't understand your business as well as you understand your business. And so when you're doing something new or novel or something in an emergent area, it's very important that you have a customer that's bringing their understanding of their particular business and also coming with a willingness to invest and take risk with you, to make that co-investment, to share the risk. And that's where you can really do something innovative and create something new, right, for the broader system. But I would suggest that those customers that are willing to take that partnering role and take some risk, there's a tremendous upside in those relationships.
Good.
Yeah, I believe it's all said. Yeah, about this.
Yes, good. It's walk a lot together again, side by side. I think that's what you meant. Yeah. So events like this, and for a bank, it's important to have our partners and also clients. How do you see also in building this relationship, being able to share the experience also? How do you see this kind of events also in building this partnership altogether?
Well, it's my first event here at eBanking, but it's very interesting. It was very enjoyable. I enjoyed a lot of the speeches. So I think you should keep it up.
Look, Renato.
because there are, sometimes you come up with things and you hear things that you're not so aware of, because on your on a daily basis, most of your time is, focusing on the problems that you have, and you have problems every day. So sometimes you don't really have much time to look at these issues, and it's kind of an awareness sometimes for
What's happening over
other
there.
things that are happening in the world.
And it's very good to know that you are not the only one with that problem. And when you have the possibility to discuss it, it's very good indeed.
Yep.
I know when Conexus started with ebankIT, our leadership talked a lot about, the product seems good, but it's really about how ebankIT works and the iterative nature and the relationship that we think we can have with them. And I think you guys walk the talk on that space, and it's events like this where you actually get to spend time with people and develop the relationships so you can be really transparent when hard times come. That it helps a lot.
Yeah. This type of event is a really important contribution to that partnership ecosystem. There's been a lot of great discussions here, and I've been in my current role only for a year, but there's been such a great collaboration with you and your team and all the many customers in Canada that we've worked with, for sure.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you all again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And for sharing all the experience. Thank you.